flics sont partout pour danser la Tu peux la chanter, toi?
Non. Non, je chante jamais en français.
Alors, tu chantes en anglais. Cette soirée-là, tu peux la chanter. Ouais. Tu peux les chanter en français.
Okay. This is a song by Billy Joel. Oh, what a night, dum 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 dum. Late September back in '63. What a very special time for me. What a lady, what a night, dunk down, 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 dunk down, down, down. Oh, what a night, dunk down, down, down. They say,
C'est pas ça.
La maison
d'habitude.
Et où c'est la maison des baisers? If I forget where I put the key, you have to remind me when we get back here. I go, where's the fucking key?
What's going on down on the farm? They say it can't do any harm. There's people fighting over there. A smell of sulfur in the air. And do we really even
Today's newsreader, Charlotte Green.
Hundreds of police and soldiers were out on the streets of North Belfast last night as serious rioting continued not far from the Roman Catholic Holy Cross Girls' School. Petrol bombs and acid were thrown, and police said they'd been subjected to prolonged and orchestrated attacks. At least 17 officers were hurt as they tried to keep nationalists and loyalists apart. From Belfast, here's our Ireland correspondent, Kevin Connolly.
The serious and sustained disturbances continued until around 2 o'clock this morning, with police and troops sent in to separate Catholic and Protestant rioters, finding themselves under attack with stones, bottles, fireworks and petrol bombs. Officers patrolling the area after 3:30 found a further supply of ready-to-use Molotov cocktails and a container of petrol. The security forces said the attacks on them had been coordinated. School at the heart of the area caught up in the rioting was not the original focus for this sudden flaring of violence, but it will be closed for today because the governors couldn't see any other way of guaranteeing the safety of the children and their families. It is hard to see now how November's agreement, which ended the daily loyalist protests at the school, can survive intact.
I was 16, 17 when I realised that Belfast was a fucking piece of shit and I had to get out. And so that's what I did. I just fucked off. But, you know, it wasn't because of the shit that started in 1969, 1970. You know, it had been going on since I was this fucking high. I had realised that this place is a fucking load of shit. Because I was getting shit from that fucking age. You know, I was getting people beating me up, you know, for no reason. I'd be going from school to home, and I'd be getting people hitting me, and I'd be like, well, what the fuck are you hitting me for? Oh, because you're a fucking Catholic. You know, and I'd be just like, you know, and like Protestants were getting the same shit. You know, little kids, this high, going from school to home, getting fucking hit by Catholics. And they'd be going, why are you hitting me? Because you're a fucking Protestant. I know, it doesn't make any fucking sense, you know. And if you've got, like, fortunately, my parents had the sense to give me some sort of education where I was not, like, intolerant. I was not going to just kill people because they were the other side. There you go. There you go.
The time is coming now, the time is coming now, the time is coming. The time is coming now, the time is coming now, the time is coming. The time is coming now, the time is coming now, the time is coming. The time is coming now, the time is coming now, the time is coming.
Okay.
You sparkly thing, you. You do it. That way we'll all be happy.
Bonjour, je suis anglaise. Je m'appelle Joseph. J'habite en Angleterre. Je voudrais être dans les films.
That's possible.
Je suis la nièce d'Anthony. That's what I've written. And then a few more stupid things.
What is he like?
Do you think you're welcome? You can fuck right off.
What's he like?
Impossible as always. Hello, darling. All the worse for seeing you.
What are you like?
Like, fuck all.
What?
Like, nobody's
you are
business.
too skinny. Look at him. Look, there's no
no,
flesh on it. Skinny.
It's all gone mad there today on the news. There's
Oh,
people
don't talk
killing
about
each
it.
other.
Don't
Fuck,
talk
it's
about it.
gone
Bloody
mad.
schools, isn't it?
It might be a bit, you know, sectarian madness going on. It really was bad today.
They had to take kids home from school in armoured cars.
Do you know what Terry Dixon said to me when he rang me and said, Anthony's coming over with a film crew, yeah? And I said, yeah, I know. And he said, I hope, you know, are they going to go up the Garvaki Road and start provoking Protestants and try and start a riot or something? I said, who's Anthony? Is he like into politics, you know? I said, for fuck's sake, it's about music, it's not
He
about
phoned me
politics.
this afternoon from work. He was at
Did
work
he?
and he
Was
phoned
he
me
worried?
this afternoon.
He's so
said,
dodgy.
He's not going to want Dolores outside the church from Cray or something, or up the Garvaki Road. And I said, look, it's all right. It's French TV. I very much doubt that your neighbours will see it. Oh, but they might want to. They might want to.
It's
Why are you
art.
here?
Is it art, Anthony? Is it art, your film? Is it art? Oh, I shouldn't ask you. You're pointing camera. Gilou, is it going to be art? Going to be political in any way?
It's
Not, is it?
nothing to do.
I know, that's
Nothing
what I
to
told
do
him.
with fucking
We don't.
politics. Nothing to do with fucking.
Politics.
Nothing to do
That's
with
a Terry Dixon.
fucking. Down a turban, had a turban, up the leg of his drawers.
We had to leave the house. We were forced out. I don't like talking about it really. I don't, you know. I don't.
Nicky, I know you don't, but just force yourself.
Two gunmen came to the door with guns and told us that if we didn't get out, we'd be burned out. That short and simple, yeah.
Were you there that night?
Hands in pockets.
Yeah.
I remember
I didn't see any guns, but they had their hands in their pockets, and it was like, you know, you.
That's the reason we came in. Short and simple. But at the end of the day, it was only bricks and mortar. Leave it. The kids' lives were being threatened. They were.
No good, yes.
Anthony was almost killed in Irmo Park one night, weren't you?
Well, I had a bit of a ruction.
Yeah.
But luckily I had big long legs.
It was terrible. It was really scary.
Being a young man in Belfast and being a left footer was bad news. It was just a bad idea. It was just not the right place to be.
Because we
It was
lived
a
in a very
dangerous
mixed
place to be
area.
because you could like either get your kneecaps done or You could be dead.
They were out for murder.
Yeah, you could be dead the next day. Yeah. You have no choice. You either pick up your gun and you shoot them, or you run away.
Did I take part in a march?
Yeah.
No. I was totally apolitical.
Did you make it?
Didn't get involved in politics of any kind. I think they were doing the right thing. I agreed with the principle. I agreed with the outlook. I mean, when you consider that when the Northern Ireland state was set up in 1922, Catholics were undoubtedly discriminated against, and successive British governments did absolutely nothing about it. Nothing. It's almost a throwback to the penal days. So the people realised after the example of the blacks in America, who organised the first really meaningful civil rights marches, they took their cues from that. And they got people over from America to show them the best way to go about it. That's how the original civil rights marches here started off.
What, civil rights marches?
Until they were buttoned into the ground by the RUC. Then led to Bloody Sunday.
Joe was there on Bloody Sunday, didn't you?
I don't see too many of you, haven't I? Oh, here. There you go.
Peter?
Yeah.
There's another 3 or 4 more albums. I just thought that'd be good. That's another one of Joe in there.
She was in the Air Force.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
Radio.
She's here somewhere. There. It's a black pit.
Like I said, there's no conscription in Northern Ireland because they wouldn't trust anybody with a gun. But if you wanted to, volunteer, my mother joined the Air Force. She was a radio operator. South of the border, I rode back one day, and in
There in a veil of white, by candlelight,
she knelt to pray.
the mission bells told me
that I couldn't stay south of the border.
You still have to give me a hand?
down Mexico way.
Let's do the aye aye aye. Aye 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 aye. It says Peter is buried here, but he's not. He's in Cairo. So young brother, he's down there.
Est-ce que tu aimais Brighton?
Yeah.
Vivre.
Oh yeah. Can you imagine? A young man, 17 years old, living in Belfast. Belfast is a terrible place. You know, you're like this all the time. You know, you know, if you have long hair, or if you look different, or if you wear funny clothes, you know, people tend to dislike you. And so you come to Brighton. Brighton is like San Francisco. It always has been at the forefront. It was like the hippie capital, and then it was the gay capital of Great Britain. homosexual mecca. Is Kemp Street. I'll be down this way. People smoking hashish and painting and, you know, playing music and just doing things that you wouldn't dream of doing publicly in Belfast, because if you did, you'd be, you might get a smack in the head. So yes, the answer is definitely yes. I really was like, wow, Christ, I can live, you know. It was a very good idea to come here. Right, where are we? Excuse me. Oh God. Here?
Yeah, thanks, Evan. Thank you.
And as you left Belfast, did you think you would come back, or did you know it was forever? I mean, that
Well,
you
no,
didn't-
I can't say that I knew it was forever, but things didn't improve in Belfast. In fact, they got worse, even worse again than that.
When, like, on a sort of a
So
holiday,
I realised that I got a half decent job here,
flat.
and
You didn't want to go back, actually.
no, I didn't want to go back.
It was,
And if I won the pools, I wouldn't go back today.
Right.
If I won the lottery, I wouldn't go back.
What's going on down on the farm? They say it can't do any harm. There is no reason for alarm. There's people fighting over there. I smell a sulfur in the air. And do we really even care?
You ask me how I feel, like I'm inside somebody else, because I am somebody else. Like I'm somebody's ghost. Like people can't see me. I go into a shop to buy stuff, and the lady says, "Hello, how are you?" But she's not talking to me, it's somebody else she sees. And she looks distorted but friendly. I go anywhere in the world and the ground is solid. I come here and it's not. Ghosts float above the ground, or even knee deep on ancient ground. Here, I'll never have to buy shoes. I'm skimming the surface. My life has been suspended. If I stay here, I'll get no more wrinkles. Never have to buy new glasses. Probably never want new glasses. No, I don't mean that. The real me is touched, and I'm optimistic about the desperate determination in the people. laughing school children sharing a joke, a cripple saying bon nuit when he means bonsoir to a foreign man in the street, fixing the boiler because heat is more important than fear. I want to go that way. I'll see you this evening.
Okay, have a good day. See you. Alright. Everybody out?
Yeah.
Everyone's out for going out. Hello, how are you? Is this your first time here, mate?
I was living in Belfast until I moved 30 years ago.
Alright.
So no, it's not the first time, but it's very different. Now things have changed a lot.
And where are you living now?
I live in France now,
France.
but I was other places before. I've been in France for 10 years, getting on.
And whereabouts in Belfast were you from, mate?
Woodstock Road.
Woodstock Road.
Yeah.
East there?
East, yeah. What age goes up to 17 at this school, is it?
18.
18.
Yeah.
18 ans.
From 12. From 11 to 12.
I was 10 when I started. You started 10, 11,
11.
and you go up to 18.
18.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you. Bye then.
This is the famous Crumlin Road prison.
La prison, elle était pas là, toi, quand tu étais à l'école?
Toujours là, oui, oui.
Elle a toujours été là.
Oh, oui, oui. Well, the reason I used to come here was because I was in the choir.
All right.
I used to come here to practice with the rest of the boys. Glory from within. That's the motto of the school. Glory from within.
Glory?
Glory from within. How do you translate glory? I don't know. That's the...
The jail is actually symbolic, it's probably. It's the house.
Is it?
Probably, yeah, so now that it's redundant there, it's, they be maybe ready to reclaim it, you know.
So the jail's not used as a jail anymore?
No, the jail's, it must be some 7 years ago now.
I have been there. My brother was in there. I went to see my brother in there. Parce qu'il faisait un truc avec son fucking petrol bomb à la fucking university parce qu'il était fâché contre les étudiants parce que les étudiants faisaient rien. C'était LSD and hashish, and my brother thought that they should be politically motivated, and so he was arrested.
And you went to see him there?
Yeah, I went to see him in there, and it is like disgusting. It's like, you know, centuries out of date. You know, it's like Napoleonic. It's that fucking old and disgusting and dirty and stupid.
So sublime.
Do they love?
Do they
love? Like it says in every song. If it's true, that's where I belong.
Well done, you got it. Brilliant. Right. Again.
That's not the one I was thinking of, Dad. Jesus, how am I going to tell my father I don't believe in God? How am I going to tell my father I don't believe in God?
Never forget it, yeah.
And I just walked up to him and I said, Mickey, there's no point. I'm wasting my time going to church. And you just went, right, son, that's what you believe. And you had the power to respect
I said it's up to you.
The mind of a child.
I said it's up to you.
Yeah.
Convince a man against his will. He's of the same opinion still.
Bang started everything.
Yeah.
No, there was no argument. It was just
Convince
an argument.
a man talking about Mike. Son, convince a man against his will. He's of the same opinion still. So you haven't won any victory. You haven't won any.
Do you remember that?
Anything that's worthwhile talking about.
You were only a kid.
Leave it.
I don't remember that. Like pop music.
And after the fact that you accept that he went to Governor High School.
Oh, of course, that was alright.
The Protestant high school.
It was a good school.
Yeah.
It was a very good school.
But he was the first
yeah, he was. Yeah. But this was a very good school.
Yeah.
When you want the best for your kids, wouldn't you? When you like to think that you could do your best for your kids, it was a very good school.
Yeah,
yes.
But why was he the only one Catholic in this school?
Because it was sort of breaking the barrier or breaking the circuit or whatever, how to put it into words exactly, you know.
I didn't go to school. Yeah, that was like inscrit, but I didn't fucking go. I played pool. I walked around the mountains. I went to Carrickfergus. I hang about with my mates, my Protestant mates.
Wasn't it also because we lived in a Protestant part of town, so all our mates were Protestant?
Yeah.
Or a lot of them were.
The figures are interesting in our catchment area. There are about 2,000 Protestant children at the year before they enter, right? And there are about 200 Catholic. So the area is very predominantly Protestant.
Yes.
There's also a Catholic grammar school 1 mile away from us. So even those 200, the chances of getting a big percentage of them is very remote. So it's about 2% at the minute. The policy within the Department of Education is they have a thing called Education for Mutual Understanding, and that's a statutory legal requirement on every school to provide a curriculum which enforces children to look at other children's views and beliefs and backgrounds. But there's also other schemes which the Department of Education would push, cross-community contact schemes, whereby you would try and mix children from different schools as much as possible. Some schools are very good at it. I would like to think we are, and other schools don't really get involved in that at all, and that's one of the problems. Probably they say statistically about 30% are really good at it, and we would be in there, I hope, but 70% are not.
There are a lot of Protestants who have been forced to live there.
There's probably the same number of Protestants as Catholics who have been forced out.
Same number?
Yes, I would say about the same. So it's a two-way process. My godmother, she lived on the Springfield Road, and her family, when she was a girl, her family got a knock at the door. You've 1 hour to get out. The funniest thing of all was that we were on a senior management training course up near the Giant's Causeway, and the Catholic school that we were with, their senior management were asking, you know, where did you live? And so she gave the name of the street, and he says, that's where I live. And she said, you know, we were forced to move, and he said, what number did you live in? And sure enough, he was living in her old house.
No.
Not the family that forced her out, mind you, but so, you know, it's a funny world.
As long as they had a lay, according to their concept, I didn't care if the religious beliefs or not.
I walked you down there. You were.
If they lived their lives in a good way,
And you played the piano.
religion didn't come into it.
In the context of Ireland,
yeah,
it's very rare to react as you did.
No. There are more people like me than you would imagine. There really are more people like me. The only thing is that
What are you looking for, Jordan?
the screwballs and the headpieces, they get the headlines. They get the publicity, you know. The bad boys on both sides, they do get the headlines. For example, I don't know if you heard it, but a 20-year-old Catholic postal worker was murdered today. Murdered. I know for a positive fact that the vast majority of the Protestant population would not agree with that. Wouldn't agree with it. Couldn't agree with
It was
it.
Adrian went to Lagan Village. No.
But it's these rotten organisations like the UDA, UVF, they capture the headlines.
We never went to Lagan Village. We all went to St. Paul.
And when news goes to England, it gets, you know, and
Dagon.
Catholic Calvary Protestants. The vast majority of Protestants
I remember he had, yeah.
hate that idea, hate that thinking. Don't believe in that. Don't approve of that. Never could, never could. But that doesn't make the headlines. That doesn't make the headlines.
Yeah, we know better, you and I. We don't believe in talking
Here's the church that they want to. This is the church that they want to march from up here. In fact, there's an orange march on today. It's not a good idea. See them up there? Yeah. See the orange man up there?
For the FA Cup tie at Middlesbrough. United have been given only 2,400 tickets. 3,000 short of what they went.
Well, may as well. We're this close now.
There'll be a full investigation into last night's crowd trouble at the Aberdeen versus Rangers game. And the UK's weather, dull, windy and wet with highs of around 9 degrees this afternoon. Virgin Radio News.
That's going to be an orange march on today.
Oh, thank God that's the fucking extent of it. What time's the march?
I don't even know there's march on. I didn't know there was march on today. I would know why somebody would come up. But I suppose it's after church. It's not see, there's that many marches. You know, the big march is obviously on the 12th. Yeah. But the march for anything, you know.
Sort of a dander.
Yeah, so there's only about 50 of them, you know. It's a bit of a.
There we go. Thank you, Dorian. Good man.
How you doing? Look at you! Look at you! Hurry!
William Lockhart was your great-grandfather's hat. Looks like he's going to a funeral.
The needle instead of Terry's arse.
How's the right shirt?
Oh my God! On my grandmother's birth certificate or marriage certificate, it was officiated by a Protestant and a Catholic clergyman. But we're mixed, and Dorian's getting married to Karina in a Catholic cathedral, so that's going to be mixed as well.
That's going to start
So
around.
we're very mixed. That's not going to start a riot.
To be mixed in Portugal does not.
Well,
you don't have any problem.
Well,
You do.
you can have.
A lot of people have been intimidated because they're mixed marriage.
It's all right if you live in a middle class area. Here, people don't
There was
really
a
bother.
woman,
But if you lived in a working class area,
There was a woman killed by a bomb 2 years ago because she was in a mixed marriage.
Really?
Just about a mile from here.
you have to be careful not to make speeches about politics and not draw attention to yourself.
For you too.
Yeah. But, they knew that Dorian, there was something slightly peculiar about his philosophy, and I believed he was a Quaker, so he lived in that. See, one day in school, they had a map of Ireland, and they were showing all the old families in Ireland.
And the McCartans were on it.
And the teacher said, of course, none of you are part of that. You're all what are called planters. It's a term that when the Scottish people came over and were given land here in the 17th century. It's an awful long time ago, but in Portadown it's only yesterday.
Well, Dorian plays on it because he goes out to a pub in somewhere in Belfast. Well, Dorian Dixon, you don't know what it is, and then he'll give it all, you know, the orange side, and then he'll say, oh, my uncle plays in Irish traditional band, and go, what?
Yeah, but when they showed the map, you see, I said, I hope you said that my relatives are not all planters, some of them came from there. He said, are you mad? I said nothing, I just sat there.
Well, it's unfortunate, but it is improving. It is.
People often try to find out what you are by some, not that they're really interested, but they don't want to embarrass
offend you.
And that's where Dorian would start, so that they'll say to you things like, where did you go to school? Where do you live?
What's your name? But now we have integrated schools have just started, just opened up in the last, 10 or 15 years. And so now you can't label anybody. If they go to an integrated school, it's just called, it's just called so-and-so integrated college, so that makes them really mad. I don't know. Well, we've all got very Catholic names, of course, Anthony, Gabriel, Una.
Yes.
You know, you can tell by your Christian name sometimes.
Oh my God.
Thousands of people left Belfast.
Thousands of people moved out into the countryside, you know, into new areas, and a lot of people moved into ghettos. It was because that was a mixed area.
Well, I know it was mixed, but it was only like a small percentage of it was Catholic, most of it was.
Also because the family were very well known. I think that made it worse. There were other people that were very quiet and would have lived quietly at up some side. They were well known.
Why they were?
Because
I think just
we were
noisy and
sensible, natural human beings. No, we used to wear funny clothes, have long hair, and
noisy parties.
Be high profile. You know, just.
And there was always people, I think,
There's always
in the
people
house.
knocking the door.
Because I asked his Aunt Barbara, who's Catholic and lived around the corner and still lives there, why did she said nobody knew her. They didn't really know who she was, but everybody knew them, didn't they? Everybody knew your family.
Yeah. I mean, because we were just open and anybody could knock the door and come in, and that was the way it was. It's my mother, Joe.
My mother was a photo fanatic. Every opportunity out with the camera, never miss a trick.
Yeah, so I love this. Apart from my dad isn't there, but everybody else is there.
Handsome family.
Dirty.
N'est-ce pas?
Dirty, where's Dirty?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So,
John, Dolores, Peter, me. That would be Gabriel, Adrian. Dirty isn't there. am not intelligent enough to understand what exactly is going on. And I do not want to be looking over my shoulder. Already when I take my breakfast in here, I go and I sit in the corner and I watch the door. Terry does the same. He comes to Belfast and he works in Belfast and he goes for a cup of coffee. He walks into the cafe, he sits in the corner and he watches the door. I just don't need this stupid behavior. I'm not intelligent enough to deal with that. I do not want that. That is extra shit. I have enough shit in my life. I do not need political shit. I have enough personal shit and professional shit and all sorts of shit. I do not need political shit because that is something that is just...
Raconte le moment où on t'a proposé de prendre l'arme.
You want to talk about me and God? I'll talk about that when we get back. Okay. I'll tell you.
A smell of sulfur in the air. And do we really even care? The time is
Rallies were taking place, the police were issuing a fresh appeal for information about the car the UFF killers used to gun down Danny McCartan last Saturday. The Renault 19 was parked beside garage in the Roccoon estate for several weeks before the murder, which Jay Loughlin. Although slightly darker in colour, it was almost uniform brightness of the car.
War has no conscience, rockets don't discriminate, time bombs don't procrastinate, and thoughts of war reverberate like bullets.
We start our coverage at the City Hall in Belfast.
War has no conscience, scooters love to burn, buses love to turn, thoughts of war ricochet like bullets. My war is clear of conscience, my conscience clear.
Sadly, our archives, as you will know, are full of pictures of rallies, similar quotes, similar speeches. What makes it different?
It's different this time in that the whole workforce seems to be coming out. Everybody now is in agreement, and even
well, what's different this time is that the tireless campaigns, you know, the big parliament campaigns. What we're dealing with now is naked sectarianism and bigotry. That's the challenge that facing us all now.
That's the big challenge to all of us is to try and arrive at a situation where everyone trusts a policing service.
Right. So how do we do that? I want to police this community fairly. I want to police everybody fairly. And we know over the 30 years that people have been stopped and police and think that people have been embarrassed. We want to change all that image. I don't want to be carrying this gun at all. If I can possibly help, I don't want a gun.
It's not a uniquely police issue. We need to move towards what I would describe as a homogeneous society here, where there's a sameness, where there's a likeness, where we think the same, where we get to know each other. If we don't get to know each other, we're lost.
Right.
Now, I have to go. I think I have...
There is no doubt that the people have spoken very powerfully. And what I'm deeply grateful to the trade unions for here today is that they're demonstrating to the world that the vast majority of our people from both sections of our community are totally opposed to these terrible murders.
shepherd's sky tonight, though the sun is out of sight, and thoughts of war reverberate like bullets. War has no conscience, there's a shepherd in the sky, though the morning light is nigh, and thoughts of war ricochet like bullets. My conscience clear of war.
Somebody last year I want to interview. Go ahead, help. Yeah. That's how sensible. Very good. Very good. The only thing is the same we got here with this one.
See your face in the camera. Look. And you?
Paul.
Paul.
Before mommy's makeup on me. You can see the lipstick there, shall we do?
No, it's a movie for the French people. You want to see?
What?
I don't know if Anthony really
wants to go.
Yeah.
Is he afraid to go?
He's not very
is he?
confident.
Yes.
Well, it's up to him. But I mean, you would be able to go up at the daytime and nobody would annoy you.
No, I've changed my plans, Terry,
right.
because this morning I decided that
you don't
my nerves can't take it. Yeah.
Okay. But sometimes, like a phobia, once you see the place, you find that it's not the monster that you thought it was. In fact, it's an anticlimax.
Yeah, this is what I thought about Belfast in general and Northern Ireland in general. You know? And when I got off the boat in Dublin, we came through Newcastle and that, you know, I was like in a bubble.
Right.
You know, and it's just like yesterday, I just came down to earth.
Did you?
And I just said to myself, you know, there's no point hanging about. We do what we have to do. Yeah. There's certain things we have to point the camera at.
Yes, and then that's it.
And the rest of it. Yeah.
Just keep going, and you see that where that silver car, the third on the left.
Yeah.
Just stop there. Hey. Now that new building there is where your house was.
That's where I used to live.
And this is the church.
I remember that.
You want to get out?
We're getting in. We do.
Raconte le moment où on t'a proposé de prendre l'arme, le pistolet.
You want to talk about me and guns? I'll talk about that when we get back. Okay. I'll tell you all about that. It's not difficult. It's not difficult to understand. It's just like I told you before.
Ouais. Mais on n'a pas dit.
My family, were sitting watching the television one night in our house in Woodstock Road. These two boys come in, hands in pockets. Didn't see any guns. put their hands in their pockets like that, you know. Get out or we fucking burn you out.
No, there were big houses. They were like these here, but they got so dilapidated, and windows were broken and so on. And Anthony's father was very interested in church, and he just needed their door would have been about there. Yes. He just needed to open the door and go straight across.
And my mother, being a reasonable human being, went to the police. They would do nothing. Absolutely nothing. Even though we know who the perpetrators of this crime are. They walk in, the door was open. It was our fault for leaving the door open, okay? My sister Deirdre used to live in that house, the first house there, the first red brick house. She went to the police, no joy, no fun, no result. She went to see Ian Paisley. You know. But,
tu as dit, ouais, mais c'est plutôt un extrémiste. Tu vois, c'est pas...
Right, but he is the leader of the Protestants. So she went to see him and she said, why are your people torturing us? And she got no joy from him. Morty! So I had this connection with my sister's boyfriend. And I went to see him. And he said, well, his reaction was, here, take a gun. Next time they come around, shoot them. So he gave me a fucking gun. Not him, but his connections, you know? So I had a fucking gun in my hand. I don't want a fucking gun. I don't want to shoot anybody. This is not the way to live. I don't want to, no matter how bad they are, how mad they are, and how crazy they are, I do not want to kill them. This is not me. It's not my fucking job. I just want to talk to them and find out why I'm being tortured when I've done nothing.
Attention avec la caméra parce qu'il y a pas mal de flics par ici. Elle nous a dit qu'il fallait faire gaffe.
Ah ouais.
Pas trop,
ouais. Qui c'est qui a prévenu?
La nana là en voiture.
Ah ouais.
Okay, we'll get in the taxi and we'll go. That's enough, Terry. We'll just get the taxi.
She did. I think she was a policewoman.
Yeah.
Plain clothes, yeah.
Oh, it was good. Thanks, Terry. Thanks for picking me in the arse.
How did react the neighbors? Did they help you when you wanted to go? No.
No.
Do they were friends of you?
Oh yeah. We used to have parties every Saturday night. All the kids got together and nobody gave a damn when anybody was. But after it happened, they didn't want to know.
They were afraid?
Possibly. Don't know why. Except for a couple, you know, a couple of them did come around, yeah. Funny thing, the two Protestant friends that did come around, shortly afterwards, they came to live in England.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they were Protestants?
They were friendly, they're two. One of them lives just up the road. I'll see you tomorrow, dear. Okay.
Try not to, sweetie.
Great, son, all the best.
Make sure, Mickey.
Take care of yourself.
Nice to see you. I don't know. Il fallait faire pour être clair dans ma tête. Et j'avais un espèce de rêve, je pensais, pour la retraite, je fais quoi? Quand je vais de bosser, je fais quoi? Je pensais de revenir ici, Heureusement que j'ai...
Mais t'as pas fait le plan de tout
Je vais, je sais pas où, Bahamas ou je sais pas, mais pas ici. Non, c'est pas la peine.
Mais peut-être que dans 10 ans, tu auras encore changé d'avis.
Je pense que non.
Non.
Once bitten, twice shy. Une fois mordu, deuxième fois.
Ouais.
Yeah, you don't. You gotta go upstairs. You should take the lift. You get a better view from up there. Yeah, it's a bit foggy, so you don't see Belfast. Because the weather is bad. All you can see is the roofs of these buildings, and the roofs of these buildings, and you see Belfast there, but I think all you see is flags.
And roofs.
Flags and roofs. My city. My city. That's where my people live. No, I'm not the fucking king.
Non, mais je croyais que tu disais ça.
These are my people. My people. When I say my people, I mean like. Like, there's George. George, he's the taxi driver. He is my people.
T'as discuté avec lui?
Yeah, I talked to him. He's a very, very nice man. He is my people. You know, everybody, all these people in all these houses. In all these houses, these red roofed houses, these are my people. These are my people. These are the people that I grew up with, and they are my people. They're not my fucking minions, you know, they're not my fucking, like, you know, I'm not saying I'm not the king of fucking Belfast, but these are my people. And their flags may be red, white and blue, green, white and gold. I don't care what colour their fucking flags are, but they are my people. My people, my fucking people. You are not my people. I am with you, but you're not my people. These are my people. And they are mad bastards from fucking hell. They really are mad bastards. Kill each other. They don't like each other, but... Yeah, pour la plupart, c'est pas vrai. Okay, but I can't ignore the fact that there are certain factions of these people kill these people and these people kill these people. They are my people. I don't like it. I really don't like it, but what the fuck can I do, you know? What the fuck can I do?
has no conscience. Rockets don't discriminate. Time bombs don't procrastinate. And thoughts of war reverberate like bullets. War has no conscience. Bottles love to burn. And buses love to turn. And thoughts of war ricochet like bullets. My war is clear of conscience. My conscience clear of war. War has no conscience. My mind has been poisoned by 100,000,000 different thoughts of war, exploding just like bullets. War has no conscience. What's the use of talking with the vigilantes walking on the thoughts of war that ricochet like bullets? My war is clear of conscience. My conscience clear.